Hello and welcome to the Brigade podcast episode 52. My name is Mike and I'm your star.
Yo, what up, guys? We've got another crazy episode. We're going to throw in a whole bunch of stuff, a bunch of excitement. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it.
Righto.
So, if you're just wondering, we're just gonna we've pretty much just been chilling, just surfing the wave with our channel. We're just making content whenever we're free. Just that we've been a bit busy. I've had work, but we've got some. There's like a lot of exciting things happening. You've got the Mario RPG that's coming out. So any of you guys like who have probably played the original, you guys should be excited for that. There's like I think it's a remake or was it remastered? I'm not 100% sure.
I think it's like a remake, but it's like
Right.
call it.
Yeah,
Like it
so
sticks
that's
to the original, just updates a bit of things, maybe like quality of life stuff.
yeah.
Something like
So
that, yeah.
exciting things. I'm probably gonna pick it up. Maybe do some. Maybe have some YouTube videos on that. I've never played the original, so look forward to that on the channel. Other than that, just been
Neat.
pretty much chilling and like just
Doing stuff.
yeah, work, man, work. The way of life. You work 9 to 5 job, and then you're pretty much tired to do anything else. But I've been putting more effort into doing this YouTube stuff and doing stuff for our channel. So yeah, exciting
That's
things to
cool.
come.
Why not? Yeah.
And then you had the opportunity to go out and watch the new release. Well, it's a couple weeks now, but of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah. Actually had some time to watch with my friends.
Yeah,
It was a good movie. I wouldn't say it's perfect.
Yep, we're not going to spoil the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, no. What's the word? It's the movie is like if you haven't played or seen anything from the games, you're not gonna like this movie. You're not gonna understand anything for the most part. It's not. It's less so for general audiences, and more
Yeah,
so for just
so
people who know the series.
this is like a movie where probably the older generation that have never heard of Five Nights at Freddy's would probably be like, I wouldn't recommend it for them.
No, even like people who just don't know in general.
Yeah, but these are older generation wouldn't know. Like most teenagers
Yeah.
to like mid-20s, maybe early 30s would probably know of Five Nights at Freddy's.
True,
But
probably.
like, because there's like probably some old people like, oh, are like horror fanatics, right? And then you hear that Five Nights at Freddy's supposed to be a horror movie, and they go and see it, and then there's like a whole bunch of confusion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't. It's not really a horror movie. I don't. It's not even that scary, really, at all. I found it more as a
Do you
comedy.
think the game
personally.
is scarier than the movie?
Probably, yeah. I can easily say like if it's based on the first game, and I can say the first game is scarier than the movie.
No, that's fair. And then I think the critics slammed it, didn't they? Like, if I recall.
Yeah, they did definitely. I can see reasons as to why.
Well,
they
maybe these critics have never played the game. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, of course. But it's also it's the stuff I can say is just a person who has seen people play the games, played it myself, and like know stuff. I kind of see some oddities.
It's not a perfect movie. I could tell that from
no,
an
it's definitely not. I think, but it's not like I wouldn't say the audience score of like 80 or 90% reflects what the movie is personally either. But yeah, I think it's a good movie. If you want to watch it, you can. If you want to watch something else, just skip it then. Save your money for something else. That's my kind of view.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
But if you want to just meme to watch
it's just a meme.
You'll have fun. If you want to meme around, yeah.
Meme.
I mean, it made a lot of money.
Of course, it makes a lot of money. Like the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base is huge.
I think it's like the highest grossing horror movie.
Fair enough. That's fair.
So it's like, I tell you what, games is going to be the next thing. After, like, how superheroes was a thing? Like, a trend? Games is that now. Like, it's slowly becoming that. Because it's just making so much money. In, like, the movie sphere.
No. I get you. I mean, like, okay, if we're going to talk about game movies, I feel like it's a risk, like, with game movies.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Just because, like, the fan base of a game, right?
Yeah.
Always wants the best creation of that game to be into a movie, right? And
true.
Well, not even a movie, into any type of media. Like, if it's like a movie, if it's like a TV show like Halo, which flopped really badly, You know what I mean? The gamers want the best version of that.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying like it's a risk as in like, hey, the company who made the game will need to get like a studio who would want to do the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, those game creators want the studio to do the game justice because they made the game, right?
Of course.
But then you
Yeah.
have scenarios where like Sonic and the original trailer comes out and it looks garbage.
Looks garbage. Yeah.
Like that's
And
like garbage is like putting it mildly. It even looks worse than
it
garbage.
looks so bad.
Right. And then like what happened is the backlash was enormous. The backlash was crazy big. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it was huge. And that way, like it's like, well, who like all the aim is not on the game studio. It's more on the movie studio and movie
Yeah.
production. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
why like nowadays like the how do you say it? The risk is like when you're a movie studio, you're taking on risk on like two different platforms, right? You're taking
Right.
a risk that like the game studio may hate your the movie, right?
Right. And then the fan
And
base.
then it's like the game's fan base. You know what I mean?
Right. But then the reward is also
Well,
like
if it's
also
done
high.
perfectly, but then like,
Yeah.
okay, like, well, let's say let's be honest.
Yeah.
The success rate. Well, to be fair, right? Is I wouldn't say like is that high to be completely fair. Like Sonic,
No, it's
yeah,
not.
Sonic was crazy good, but right, but
Yeah.
like if it wasn't for the fan base initial outcry, right,
It wouldn't be
it
good.
wouldn't be good. And then like how much money was lost in the original make of that song? How much time and resources? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
True.
lost so much, and then like the studio didn't it go like bankrupt or something, or like
I
they
think
lost or like.
the VFX studio did, but
Mm.
I don't know if it got picked up by anyone or
Right,
anything.
right, but like
Because there
yeah,
was
okay,
still
okay, yeah,
it
no,
looked like it was the same people who made the next film, so I'm not sure.
yeah,
Like
but like
off the top of my head.
what I'm saying is like you got so much bad press. Yeah, at the end you ended up getting money, but you ended up getting so much bad press. Was it worth the bad press? Well, if you didn't, because you guys saved it, it probably was. But because like, if imagine if they didn't save it, you know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
And okay, well, the other one is like Halo, the TV show was bad.
Yeah.
Those are the two like those are the two prominent ones I could see because there hasn't been too many like game movies. You know what I mean?
In total, yeah, there's not too many.
Well, yeah,
There's like
because
a handful.
there's like what the Mario movie,
It's like a Sonic 1 and
and then there was
2.
like wasn't there like Uncharted,
There's Uncharted.
which was like
There's.
average, right?
Are we just talking about this like the last 2 years or just
No,
in
no, I'm
general?
talking about in general because like if you think about these like video game movies, I'm not talking about like movies where the characters love video games like Pixels or like Ready
Right.
Player One. I'm not talking about those types of games, those
Yeah,
type of game
yeah,
movies. I'm talking about where like actually game movies. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like
Wasn't there
so.
like a World of Warcraft movie which was like
Yes.
average as well? Wasn't it
And then there's
average?
Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah, which was also piss poor.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of them aren't that great,
Well,
but like it's if you can get it good, it clearly pays off. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, you're right. But like what I'm saying is like, well,
It's more
yeah,
so like if you pull off the risk, there you can. There's a chance for it to get the reward, but you know,
correct, yeah.
high risk,
But
high
see,
reward.
see,
Kind of
see,
thing.
this is what's interesting, right? It's like you want to appease the audience as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And appeasing the audience means you want to make like a game movie where it's like pretty much in line with the story of the game. Like, dude, if they make a Zelda movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, they'll have to make it like you know what I mean? They can't like just go up the rails like with the how do you say it? With what they did with like Halo, for example. You know what I mean?
True. You know what's funny though?
Yeah,
You mentioned that.
right.
I just remember they actually did announce that they are making a Zelda movie,
Mm-hmm.
like an live action Zelda movie.
Live action. Oh my god, I don't know how this is gonna turn out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the person who wanted to be Zelda is the voice actor for it.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
So, but
But
that's all we know so far. We don't know much else at all.
what I'm saying is like if you look at the Sonic movie, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the characters, there isn't really. It's not connected to like as in like games. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah,
all
it's
like
not too connected.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, like as in you've got this policeman who like no, well, there's no policeman in the Sonic world. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like I don't even remember what they were doing in the first movie, like as in like
They're trying to
like
get Sonic back home, basically.
right. But that's like never a plot in like the games. I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like it worked. Anyway,
it
back,
works. It makes it more for like casual audiences. Like they can watch
mm.
it and enjoy it still. They don't have to know everything.
Right.
Yeah, I
Which
still think Sonic 2 is the best gaming movie, personally.
yes, yes, no,
Yeah,
that is something we can both agree on. And I think Mario is another phenomenal game movie.
yeah, it is.
But like I said, like World of Warcraft, I think that one was mid.
Assassin's Creed was
Uncharted
bad.
mid. Assassin's Creed was like piss poor. There
Yeah,
was a whole bunch.
yeah, there's
Anyway,
a lot.
yeah, but like they've been more successful now because they've been listening to the audience rather than the other. I think the other ones are just listening to like actually just trying to make a story. You know what I mean?
And they're also having like more feedback, or not even feedback. They're just working with the developers more now. Like
Yeah, the
even in
game
the
studios.
credits,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have the they have the like they have director, and then they also have just like
Mm.
under the director, like not as director, but underneath him is like
Right.
the game studio. Yeah.
No. I get that is true. They do have that.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Let's now dive into something that we both uh hold dear to our heart because we're gamers.
game
Uh
rules.
the 2023 Game Award nominees have been announced.
Yeah,
And that means that we will discuss the nominees and we'll see the winners another day. So
true.
let's just have a look here.
Look
So
at the nominees.
let's start off with, do we want to start off with Game of the Year?
I
Or
guess so.
I'm hoping
It's
Jeff
like the first
Keighley.
one.
Jeff Keighley is gonna be awesome in this show. Okay, Game
I
of the
I
Year.
I'm anticipated to see what trailers they're gonna show off also
I'm
during the
anticipating.
Game Awards.
I know. Game of the Year. Oh great, this highlight's terrible. Game of the Year. Yeah, your highlight and like the words gone.
Actually, no.
That is terrible. That
Oh,
is
I didn't even realize
yeah,
that.
that is
Okay.
terrible. That is very bad.
Interesting. UX design, I guess. All
Okay.
right.
We've got some games here. Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got here Alan Wake 2, Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. They're a pretty nice spread of games.
It's pretty good.
Diverse.
Diverse games.
You've got some Nintendo games, you've got some Sony games, and you've got like it's a mix. It's a mix of everything, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Story, RPG, horror, even
Yeah,
family. It's like yeah.
a nice mix. So this is an interesting one. Let's start talking about a few games. Like to be completely fair, we pretty much I
I've
don't
only
think we played
played
like
like
Mario
Mario
Wonder,
One.
right? Mario Wonder. But
I
we
mean,
do know the games in detail. We do know pretty much
yeah,
most of the games in detail. Alan Wake 2.
is like a story game. Story, so like it's a horror game, but it's more story driven
Yep.
than like survival, and
Yep.
it's just like very complex. And it's very intricate. As a lot of people enjoy the story. I haven't really looked into it at all, to be honest.
At all.
But like, I haven't looked into Alan
Hmm.
Wake 2, but based on its previous game, like its prior, like its the original, it probably has a great story.
And we've got yeah, I think that's fair. Like it is a. I haven't played it myself, but I have seen and people talk about it and they say it's a really good game. So I mean like
Yeah,
I I trust them. I trust these people that have
trust. Yeah.
spoken, yeah, and like they all say it's a good game. So
The only complaint is it runs on like you need like a 40 series card and stuff to run this game. Like, bruh, you need a hefty like piece of hardware.
yeah, and then you've got Baldur's Gate 3, another really good game
Yeah, an RPG.
that I've heard people talk about. Yeah.
It's been the rave since it came out this year.
Only heard good things. Only good things heard.
Yeah,
This is
same
an
here.
incredible game. This is a game that's incredible.
Yeah, and it's kind of like blew out like its own expectations and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. So that's good to hear.
Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Two more Spider-Man,
Oh
more
man, like
Marvel.
it just evolves on the original Spider-Man. It's just a better version of the original Spider-Man game that came out, the Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And
in
it's
like 2019 or something.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's a better version of Miles Morales. Like it just continues. It just makes
and
it and it's a yeah,
and you can play as both of them, and then I'm
right.
assuming you can like swap them, and
Yes, I have seen a lot
one
of
path is for one thing and the other's for the other, and whatnot.
yep, dude,
It's
this
probably high
game
octane.
uh, if the original Spider-Man was goaded, this game is even more goaded.
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
probably going to be a classic. You know what I mean?
This is this is like one of Sony's best games that they produce.
Probably, yeah.
Hmm. Resident Evil 4, another
A
well,
game I technically own, but I haven't played yet.
fair enough. I
Yeah,
suck at horror games, so I'm probably not gonna play this.
yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
wild
horror
game though.
game.
I've only heard good things again.
Yeah, even though it's a horror game, it has so many like comedic moments
Mm,
because of the characters and whatnot. But its gameplay is really good, and it just kind of like, even though this is like a not like a remake slash remaster, whatever you
mm.
want to call it, but it even like adds more to it, like more
Yep, yep.
details and whatnot, and even like revamp some of the areas in the game. So it's like you're not like not everything you expect is going to be the exact same. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good remake, and the original game is like people consider a masterpiece. So it's just like
No, that's
here's
fair.
even more. It's
Uh,
like yeah,
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This is the game
we
we
can
both
actually
have
talk
first
about.
hand experience. This game, look, as a someone who loves Mario games, because I post Mario games on this channel, um, and I love Mario. Like I like the previous Mario game, which is on the Switch, the new Super Mario Bros. Whatever it's called,
You deluxe or
you
whatever.
like whatever it's called. This one just pushes the boundaries of the game.
Yeah,
It feels like a standard Mario game with a whole bunch of new abilities, but what it does is that each level is creatively designed. It's got different ways you can play the level. You can come back, replay the levels. You've got so many different it, ways to finish levels. There's hidden stuff in pretty much all levels. You can customize your ability sets to do a whole bunch of other stuff. Like
yeah, to see your playstyle and whatnot.
like you can play like online community, so you can play with a huge spectrum of people with people your friends or a whole
Or
bunch of
new
randos,
friends. Yeah,
make new friends. Um, yeah.
this game feels like every level feels like it's like been
It's there,
handmade.
there is so much creativity put into this
Yeah,
game. And
so
so
much
much you
love.
can feel it. You can feel it when you play this game. You can feel. And yeah, it's also added something that Mario doesn't really have in most Mario's, which is replayability,
True.
which you can come back to all these certain levels and just replay them.
Yeah, and do it in different ways.
If
Yeah,
yeah, just replay it. Like, oh, I want to replay this level with a different power up, or I want to replay this level because I didn't get to this ending, or I want to replay this level because I want to beat like my whatever it's called, like climbing, like the race thingies levels that you've
yeah,
got. There's like a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah. And if I want to try out this like flower ability instead,
Mm, mm,
you know what I mean, on this level and whatnot,
yep,
a whole bunch of good stuff.
right.
We need to play this game more. It's so fun.
And then you've got Legends of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah,
which the last game, Breath of the Wild, was critically acclaimed,
yeah.
and they just evolved on that,
I think it's
kept
just like
going.
a what do you call it? Like a perfecting that recipe. If you
Yeah, yeah,
if you get what I mean,
perfecting.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I still need to play more of Breath of the Wild. I remember I was
Yeah,
playing it earlier this year.
this is just like leveling up Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
This is just a leveled up version.
which you can say that for like Spider-Man as well. It's just a leveled up version of its
Yeah, no,
prior, and it
exactly,
just
exactly.
chef's kiss, so good.
Yeah, these are like sequels that like uh, are like incredible. And I
They don't
believe
rein.
both of these, like both of their predecessors, were in running again for Game of the Year, or at
Of the
least
year.
most awards.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even though they don't reinvent the wheel, they add so much
It's not about
to it.
reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, I know, but like
You've got a
they
critically acclaimed game. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's what people need to understand. That if you've got a great basis, just build on those fundamentals, add a whole bunch of new stuff, right, and then
yeah.
bam, you know.
I was more so like getting at the point like they didn't reinvent the wheel in the sequels. They just kind of added so much more to it
Yeah, but I'm saying, why
that
do you
feels
need
newer.
to reinvent the wheel when you only need to reinvent the wheel, right?
Yeah,
Is if the wheel has got holes in it and it's patchy.
true.
That's when you
I get
know
what you
it's
mean.
terrible. You know what I mean? These games are critically acclaimed. That means they're already
Yeah,
like S tier goaded games. So if you go and reinvent the wheel, you probably, like, who knows, like you may end up like making a worse version of the game instead of continuously developing stuff. Maybe you're like, oh, we could have had this in the last game, but we didn't. Let's chuck these in this game. You know what I mean?
true. But I mean, I'm also meant that, like they added so much more for it to feel like a
Correct.
sequel.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
instead of being samey, because some games
What
kind of
game
do
do
fall
we
into.
think missed out here? Feel
Um,
bad. If we can add, like, I don't know how many whatever many games you want to add, any game that you feel like missed out here.
Probably Dead Space.
Okay, Star
It came
Rail.
out
I'm
like
joking.
earlier this came out earlier this year. Like what Dead
Hmm.
Space the remake.
Hmm.
So
Fair enough.
because that game, like a lot of people love that game.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
I think those games had more time than Spider-Man and Super Mario Wonder.
yeah,
So yeah, these two made it, but like Dead Space didn't, and Dead Space is an incredible game. And if we're gonna talk about remasters, there's like Resident Evil 4, so like there's no way it should not have made it.
true.
You know what other game should have made it?
What?
Honkai Star Rail. I'm messing with you. I'm messing you.
It will be in a different award
I'm
category.
joking with you. I'm messing with you. Uh,
I mean,
oh,
Hogwarts Legacy, if it wasn't like plagued with its what of its
yeah,
called
Hogwarts
like
Legacy like would have been here.
if it
Unfortunately,
wasn't
there's like drama, of course, with the
yeah
author, and then there's drama. Apparently, like, isn't it like doxing or something? You said.
like people were being doxxed if they were
Yeah.
playing the
Okay.
game.
Yeah. There
Yes,
was drama,
so
but anyway, it's a phenomenal game as well. So that could have been here
yeah,
if we're only talking about game wise. That could have been here.
yeah. But I think they just wanted to avoid that, so they just
I don't know
scooted.
who would win if I be completely honest. This is a very tight
It's very
contest.
stacked.
It's a very tight, like, it's skin tight.
Skin tight.
Yep.
I think I know which game would win, but it's like it's like personally, like what I mean, like I'd have trouble voting.
Yeah,
Like
I'd have trouble as well.
personally,
All
yeah.
right. Anyway, next category
Next
got next.
category.
Best game direction. We've already spoken about pretty much every single one of these.
Yeah,
Best game direction. That's fair. Awarded for outstanding creative vision
and
and
innovation.
yeah, again the worst highlight ever. Uh, Innovation in game design and yeah. There's not much to say here. Probably gonna say yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard for me. It's hard, like, not to go like for, if you want in game direction and design and creative vision, like Mario clearly stands out because like I've never seen a Mario game where it has all these different creative ideas.
creative flair and
Right.
whatnot.
However, like, again, like with Spider-Man and Zelda, like they've probably evolved their creative vision from the last game, and then
Right.
both Baldur's Gate and Alan Wake, both are
So
incredible
yeah,
games. Again, so yeah,
and they
like,
probably innovated in their own ways and
exactly,
whatnot.
exactly.
So we can probably say Mario Wonder just for
No,
us,
no.
but
If
like
we're gonna
yeah,
like, because from my experience, but that doesn't mean I'm not saying that none of all these games.
not yeah they could
Well,
get it
because the
themselves.
only
Yeah,
reason I say Mario Wonder is because you've seen hundreds of Mario games, right? It's like it's not the
true.
first. You know what I mean? So like, no, it's not like, sorry, it's not like a sequel. It's like this is like the what, like the like however many you could say, like this, like, I don't know, like from like Mario jumping or like Mario whatever. It's always like, those story Mario games. There's probably like
Yeah,
6, 7 or something, from the DS to like even like the 3D world, pretty much the same. You know what I mean? Even the galaxy feels the same. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of get what you mean, right?
Yeah. So they all, if you stack those, there's probably like 10, 11 games, and like they've somehow like kept the same feel, but like evolved it into like a creative where every single level also has a different creative direction, and it somehow
Right.
fits.
Yeah.
Remember this: every single level has its own creative direction. That's what I'm trying to get at as well.
Not to say the other games don't do
No, no, I'm
something
not saying
similar,
that.
but yeah.
I'm not saying that because I think I kid you not, I believe like that Spider-Man is like very very creative because all these new suits that they pull off,
Yeah.
like they've got all these new abilities. I've seen them, like they look incredible. All the different abilities that you have, incredible. Anyway,
And
there's
I
not
want
much for me to
I was just
discuss
gonna
here because we've already discussed pretty much
yeah.
everything. Let's
I was
just keep
gonna
it going.
say like yeah, sure. Actually, yeah. Let's just go.
Best
It's
narrative.
narrative. Oh, we have actually two different games on here
Okay,
that we haven't mentioned.
a best narrative. Okay, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty is just the
Expansion.
expansion, right? Which is fair.
Right.
And then Final Fantasy
Fantasy
is
16.
Final Fantasy's always got a great story.
Yeah, it's always, the long JRPG story, which, it's probably, each because each one is not connected at all, so it's able to tell its own story without having,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, being tied down to anything. So that's pretty cool.
No, that is cool. Like Final Fantasy's always got one of the most entertaining story.
Right.
Yeah.
And this one's extended in medieval era, and like,
Mm-hmm.
fancy and whatnot. Fancy-esque almost.
Yeah.
So, it probably tells an amazing story, to be
Yeah,
honest.
we haven't played
We
again
haven't
either.
played it.
Well, it's unfortunate because Cyberpunk would have been a phenomenal game that we would have probably picked up.
God, if it
Well,
wasn't
if it released in a good state,
right.
it's just unfortunate. But like from what I've heard, it's actually going a lot better. But it's still, I still think it's not worth picking up. Unfortunately, there's
I
so
mean,
many
yeah,
other
probably.
phenomenal games coming out that you'd rather pick up.
Unless it's on discount, to
It
be
probably
honest.
is at this point.
Yeah, like Black Friday deals or something.
I've got to see how Spider-Man's story evolves
The first one.
from the first one. Yes,
No, yeah,
because this is a game like a Spider-Man. Like a Spider-Man always feels like a game where like I think its weakest point is the narrative, in my opinion.
okay, sure. I mean, I can't
Well,
say
the only reason
for
I
certain.
think that because every other aspect is incredible. You know what I mean? That's not to say the
Right,
narrative's bad. It's just that like when you compare it to every other aspect, I think every other aspect just tops the narrative. You know what I mean?
probably.
And plus, it's a
It
basic
seems
super.
fair.
It's a basic superhero's narrative. You know, there's probably
Yeah,
some like big guy at the top, and then like we're trying to beat up all these other like to all these other guys, and there's probably a whole bunch of other bosses and stuff to uncover who is the big boss before we fight him. You know, that's just
plus
that's like every superhero like um
trope.
story. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's not to say it's a bad because obviously it fits in the world. It fits with Spider-Man. It fits with everything. It fits with the superhero theme. You know what I mean? That's why it's a
yeah,
good narrative. I just think like every other aspect of the game is better than narrative. You know?
perhaps. I was gonna say it might, but maybe because of the Spider-Man flair, like how it's like because he has to balance his
No, no,
his actual
yes,
life and all
yes.
that,
You've also got that. Yep.
and his family.
Yep.
You know,
Hmm.
and in this also Miles, they both have to balance each other out and
Right,
whatnot.
but
So it's
like
like,
to be honest,
yeah,
like compared Spider-Man's story to probably pretty much these four, I
like
think these
these
four
ones, yeah,
will probably be
probably
better than
outclass it.
Spider-Man's. Yeah, that's not to say it's not a
Right.
bad story.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I'm assuming, like Final Fantasy is probably some fantasy, like fantastical war, probably
Mm-hmm.
thing. Cyberpunk, it's probably Phantom Liberty. It's something to do, with Cyberpunk, of
Mm-hmm.
course. Alan Wake 2 is probably some Eldritch horror
It's probably got a
thing,
really, really, really phenomenal
like
horror.
deep, yeah.
Exactly.
And then Baldur's Gate is an RPG, which probably is like character driven
Mm.
and whatnot. So yeah,
Heavily
I wouldn't be
character driven.
surprised if they all like just outclass it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not to say that story's bad.
No, no, I
Yeah.
never said anything about the story bad. No, no, no,
No,
no.
I just mean in general, like you know what I mean.
Oh no, no.
Yeah.
I also mean in general. All right. Go to the
All right.
next category. Best
Ooh,
art direction.
we got two more games here.
Yeah. So best art direction. Some new games here compared to the others. You've got Hi-Fi Rush and Lies of P.
So Hi-Fi Rush is the Xbox exclusive game, the
Yeah,
rhythm
that was
game. Yeah.
incredible. Everyone said that they played it. That this was an incredible game, and I've seen
Right.
gameplay, and I completely agree. And even this art, is super colorful.
It looks
It's
really
very
nice.
nice. All that stuff. All that stuff.
And then Lies of P, it's like
Yeah, I've got
gritty.
no idea what Lies of P is. Sorry.
It's like a dark. It's actually more like Bloodborne, to be honest. If you know what I mean. Like it's like Elden Ring, Dark Souls. It's that. It's like you know what I mean.
And
It's that
in terms of the
formula.
art, like how does
But in
the art
terms
look?
of the art, it's like realistic esque, but it's
Mm-mm.
also very exaggerated. It has like steampunk themes to it,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
so everything looks a bit robotic. Everything
Yeah.
has like it's that. aspect, but added to like a gritty game.
So yeah, the best art is for outstanding creative and/or technical achievements in artistic design and animation. These all like just looking at the covers, these all look incredible art. You know what I mean? These all got their
Right.
own incredible art. You know, Hi-Fi Rush has got this colorful anime-esque art style. You've got like a cyberpunk steampunky thing from Liza P. Alan Wake. It's probably got like it's got like a whole bunch of like it tries to make the horror atmosphere. It's uplifted by its art
Yeah.
design. And Mario it's evolved its art
Popping, its
on
colors.
3D. It's like it's modeling and all that stuff from previous Mario games to more 2.5 ish design, if I recall. Looks
Yeah.
really nice. And then Zelda, and Zelda always looks incredible. Zelda's always looks incredible. So yeah, I
Yeah.
understand why they picked these.
It's like cell shaded, like
Mm, mm,
3D
mm.
look. Yeah. I mean, this one's actually. I'd say it's actually quite close in this one, more so than like the others,
No. There's a lot of close
because these all look
categories. There's a
really
lot
nice.
of close
Yeah.
categories. There's a lot of close categories. Um, yeah. No, these are fair. I don't think they've missed anything. I think they've hit every single one.
Someone like if someone were to vote, I feel like it's just hard, isn't
No,
it?
no, they're
You know
very
what I mean?
hard.
Just look
Yeah.
at these. Yeah.
I mean, because okay, like people have preconceived notion, and which happens with every single game award, every single thing. They probably vote for their favorite game. Like if
Sure,
your
probably.
favorite game is, for example, I don't know, Baldur's Gate, you probably go in and vote every single thing Baldur's Gate. You know what I mean?
True. Like it's
Which
a bias.
right, it's a huge
Yeah.
bias. Like for example, me, I played Mario Wonder. Like I'm not saying I'd probably vote Mario Wonder in every single category because
But we have a
just because I
bias to
played
it,
it,
though.
right?
Yeah.
But like, because as someone who gives more judgmental and thinks about things, and who will probably, if before voting, probably either go do some research and probably watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos, because I'm not going to go spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on games that I probably can't even run on some systems because
Yeah.
my computer's not the strongest and I don't even have an Xbox to run Xbox exclusives, you know?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, like I'll probably go and do my own stuff and then like before coming back, because like best art direction, right? You know what I mean?
This is just subjective.
Well, it's okay. Everything's subjective.
Everything's
Yeah,
subjective.
but like what I'm
Yeah.
saying is
But
like I'm not gonna go and like pick a game that I enjoy, or I complain that my like why isn't, like for example, like why isn't this game here? You know what I mean? That I really enjoyed playing, or I thought was like I'll go and do my research, because like there's some people who won't do their research and just vote whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever they
right.
play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I should have said this from the start. Like you know what I'm saying? Well, we're saying it
True.
here now anyway. But yeah, it's
I
it's
mean,
fine.
if it isn't clear already, we haven't played like 90% of these games.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Hey,
Best
maybe
score in what?
I was gonna say maybe just looking at the results later on, it might like convince some people to get some of these
Yeah,
games
true,
like
true,
as a
true.
Christmas gift or something.
Best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive score, original sound, and all licensed soundtrack. Completely honest,
Damn.
this is hard because I've never heard any of these
Any of them, yeah.
game. But I can tell that like I think I Fire Rush wasn't it all about the music or something.
Music,
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's like it's like
has a bit of an edge.
I wouldn't say a bit of edge. Like that's the one where like I've listened to it because of like you know what I mean. It's like a whole
The whole
part and
game's
like it's a
about it.
whole point of this game is legit. It's music, so I've been paying
Yeah,
close attention to that music. Whereas not really for other games.
true. I mean, understandable.
Well, that's just my take on it. That's not to say I think these games will probably have their incredible games. You know, incredible not incredible games, incredible music.
I mean, usually if I hear a soundtrack, I can hear it from the game first, then I
Mm-hmm,
research it later.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So yeah, so I'm like I don't have a reference for any of these soundtracks. But I mean,
No, that's fair.
I'm just saying, I'm just looking at Hi-Fi Rush and going like, I mean, since the whole game's based on just
Yeah,
music,
exactly. It's
I don't know. Does this also include original track? Okay, so just music,
yeah, just
no sound
music. Best score
effects.
on music.
Okay,
No, no, yeah, okay. Let's go. Just get to the next page.
yeah, sure.
Best audio design.
Oh, okay, now this. Okay,
Wait, it wasn't didn't the other one say sound design as well? No, that was soundtrack. Okay, my
Tracks.
bad.
So that's why I was confused. I was like, does this include audio
No,
design?
no,
But I'm
no.
like,
This is
oh, those
audio
are
design.
separate. I know
Well,
look
this
Dead
is where
Space
Dead Space is.
too.
Uh, this is where like sounds and everything, this is where like if you're playing a game such as Spider-Man, like punches feel like punches,
Punches, the
which
swinging
is
noises.
especially like noises is super important in
Right.
games because like it makes you feel part of the game.
True.
Because without that's also includes music, you know what I mean? But
Definitely.
like if I feel like if your sound is scuffed in a game, then like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it takes away from the experience a bit.
Mm.
It's like, for instance, like Spider-Man, like you're swinging through the city. Imagine like hearing the sound of the wind hitting them. You know what I mean?
No, you hear the
Or
sound of
like,
like the web coming in, like, psst, and it's like,
yeah,
and then like,
or
if you have
maybe,
those sounds, like you know what I mean? Like if you're missing some of those sounds, you're just like, you know what I mean?
or maybe for like, I don't know, Resident Evil's case, like like you
Well,
shooting a
like for example,
shotgun,
Dead Space, the
the
guns
punch noise of
sound
it.
bad, like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because like for example, a more powerful gun sounds louder and all that stuff than like a weaker gun. You know what I mean? Imagine if all the guns sounded the same.
yeah,
Can you imagine that? Like if you're playing a shootout, and all the guns sound the same.
it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't
Well, it's
be
not that. It's
great.
like
Yeah,
well, like you feel as if like that like your machine gun is doing the same damage as your pistol.
shotgun.
You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah,
something. Whereas like a machine gun is meant to sound like heavy and louder to make it feel like oh like you know what I mean.
true.
These bullets like are stronger or whatever. You know what I mean? Like than your other bullets or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
Oh
for like
man.
Hi-Fi Rush, for instance, like the beat
Yeah, that is
going with
super
your
important.
attacks and whatnot.
You've got to have like a whole bunch. Yeah,
And like for instance, you can't have like because you know how it's based on rhythm. You can't have okay and perfect be the same noise.
correct,
You have to have
correct.
it differentiate and
Yeah,
whatnot.
for me. I think the most important, like, I feel like the Resident Evil and Alan Wake, yeah, have
Yeah,
got to perfect their noise so that it creates like a
atmosphere.
atmosphere. If you have like,
Yeah,
if you don't perfect your noise, your atmosphere is ruined. And
true.
like the whole game, because it's a horror game, atmosphere is essential.
I think Dead Space would also kind of have to go
Oh
for
no,
that as
I
well.
know. I agree with Dead Space. It's just like I feel like Dead Space, like the gun sound
More
is
about the
like
gun
yeah, because
sounds
yeah.
or like when you're like killing the
Mm,
creatures
mm, mm.
because you know how you can
But
tear
yeah,
them from limb to limb.
Dead
Yeah,
Space also has like what's a good it needs atmospheric as well.
yeah.
All right, next, best performance.
Ah.
Okay, look, I'm terrible at names.
Do you want me to say them? Like their names? You want?
Well, not only I'm terrible at names, I don't know who acted who, but we can just read them.
Sure. So we've got Ben Starr from Final Fantasy 16.
Mm.
I've heard he does Clive from that game. So if you know
Mm-hmm.
him, there you go. Cameron Monaghan, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. You know clearly plays as the
Main
MC
lead.
from the yeah from the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Idris Elba from Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty, which I believe he plays as one of the central characters in that DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Melaine Liberd, Alan Wake 2. I believe she plays as one of the officers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a character you can play as.
Yep.
Neil Newborn, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not gonna lie, there's too many Baldur's Gate characters, so I have no idea who he plays as, but sure. And then Yuri Lowenthal, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I'm assuming he plays Peter Parker. Sorry if I butchered any of the names, but like, yeah. To be honest, though, they probably all did a fantastic
Yeah, they
job.
probably yeah. If you're on this list, they probably all did like phenomenal acting.
Yeah, it's just like, this one is just completely like who you
Yeah,
enjoyed
like as
more.
in like
Yeah,
we don't know any actors and like yeah.
I think this one's just complete bias. Like you could like, oh,
Mhm.
I like this guy more, so I vote for him.
Again, if you've maybe played the game and you've never heard them and you're seeing them here, maybe you vote for them because like they did an actual good job in the game.
Yeah,
Okay, in devoted to individual for voiceover, acting, motion, and or performance. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So this is also voice overs. So this is
yeah,
everything. Yep.
cool.
All right, next. Innovation and accessibility. Oh, this is an important one in getting people to like play.
Being able to play. There's a lot of different
Recognizing
games here.
software and hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help the game played and enjoyed by a wider audience. And of course, you don't explain what they've added.
Well, I mean, it would be better if they did. I mean, they probably do that during the actual,
Yeah, so like I'm
live
probably not
stream.
going to talk about this because it's very hard for me to talk about what like for example what Forza added.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Forza win last year as well?
Yeah,
Like I remember, yeah,
Forza won last year because they added like some like what it's called. Was it like like a I don't remember what the option was like. Wasn't like an interpreter or something.
I'm not sure
Like
if it was or
I think
not.
one of the games added like sign language interpretation. I remember that being in one
That's pretty
game.
cool.
I just don't remember. I might be just saying something. I don't even think it was Forza. Maybe it wasn't. But yeah, like maybe I'll do research. We'll come back to that maybe another time.
Okay,
Uh,
sure. Um,
Next is Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with pro social message and or meaning. Um,
um, I've heard like two of these games.
so basically, these games have like a profound impact on society. Is that what we're trying to say?
I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah.
Goodbye, Volcano High. I
I
memed
remember
so
too.
hard on this game, but like I kind of understand it because it's like talking about like teenagers that don't fit in or something.
Yeah, and it's like
Mm,
I also think it's not it has like the sub theme of like the end of the world, but it's teenagers and all that, so they
mm,
think of that. But I remember when it originally shown off at the Game Awards like a couple years ago, people were like, "What is this? Why is this on my screen?"
yeah,
But yeah, the other game I've heard of was Tchia, and I think that's more of like an adventuring around islands sort of game.
yeah. But I'm trying to figure out what was the message behind it.
Message. Maybe it's just a message of like going out of your comfort zone and
Maybe who
exploring other
knows?
places. To be honest, I have no clue.
Okay, anyway, let's just do this as well. I mean, like, mad respect for all these games. I kid you not.
You probably
You
did an
probably had
amazing
impact
job.
on some sort of community or something. I'm actually being serious now.
Yeah, I'm not
But
joking
like,
either.
yeah, I don't know too many about that. All right, next anyway.
I mean, we
Uh,
haven't played even the bigger games, like these small games. I'm sorry.
Best ongoing awarded to games for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Yep.
Interesting choices.
Apex Legends Cyberpunk 27 Fantasy Final
14,
Fantasy what
14, Final
14,
Fantasy
yeah, I was gonna butcher it. I was gonna say XIV. Fortnite and Genshin Impact. Yeah, I didn't want my Roman numerals to be insufficient. So
well,
I was gonna say XIV.
I mean, Cyberpunk it added an expansion, and it's kind of updating every so
Yeah,
often.
so Cyberpunk, like, okay,
It's little
let's just talk
things.
about Cyberpunk first. Best ongoing, that's fair. It's updated its game to a playable state, and it just keeps updating it, like, because the developers could have easily just gave up. So good on
Right.
them for continuously updating and fixing the game, and then adding content. Not see, the point is, you you could have just added the content without fixing the game, and like, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, because that was like their job. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
their roadmap was probably like release the game and then would release the content in the future. But you went back and you actually like probably fixed a whole bunch of the bugs to make it playable, and you kept updating, ongoing, and with the help of the probably the community that kept saying, "Hey, look, these are all the new bugs." They're like, "Yep, all right, we'll fix those." You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then did that, and then they were also adding new stuff
Yeah,
whilst
exactly.
doing
And
it.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, because you could have just fixed the game and be like, "They're done," you know, or you could have
Yeah,
added
that's
the
it.
promised DLC that was promised and made that done. So you've done both, and then I think you've added even more DLC than it was originally anticipated, I believe.
I believe so as well.
Yes. So yeah, okay. So that's fair. Apex Legends, continually adding new guns, new game modes. Well, no, I don't know. Is it new
I
game
don't
modes?
know. I
No,
feel
I know
like
they added. I don't. I think I believe they added new guns. No, sorry, not new guns. Why am I saying new characters? I don't know if they've added new game modes because when I last played, there was a game mode that wasn't there. I don't remember from
this
the.
might be the weakest one, to be honest. Like Apex,
But
maybe
they
the weakest one.
continuously
Yeah.
adding new champions and they're like adding yeah pretty much new champions. Let's just say that.
Okay.
That's the one I know that they guaranteed they add. I don't want to say something that they didn't add. They
True.
probably maybe added new guns. Like that's something they could have added. That I'm saying maybe because like I haven't played Apex in such a long time, but I do know that they continuously add new champions.
Yeah, I mean that's what they kind of just keep doing. Just keep the
Yep.
ball rolling.
Finally, Fantasy 14.
I heard this game keeps getting updated. Like
Yep.
it's been out for years, and it
Yep.
just keeps getting stuff. It's like hundreds of hours worth of content,
Yep.
which is good. Keep it up, I guess.
Fortnite, it's the game that
That game's
keeps on
getting
giving,
updated.
which is fair.
Yeah.
Like this is a game that like they just keep giving shit.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting updated,
Well, I mean, yeah, it like keeps getting updated. Yeah, like
and
there's
keeps getting new game modes and
new
whatnot.
game modes and new redesigned maps, new weapons, new whatever it's called, like the character stuff, like that they add, like we can be like Darth Vader and stuff.
Yeah,
And
cameos and
yeah,
whatever.
new collaboration with other like stuff. So it's a whole bunch of new stuff.
Right, and they keep updating like the engine
Mm.
and all that to do new stuff. Like you can create new stuff and whatnot. It's becoming bigger and bigger, basically.
Yeah, and then there is Genshin Impact, the game that we both played that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a game where they're adding new events, adding new
New characters.
characters, adding stuff, continuously adding in a 6 week cycle because that's how it
That's them,
goes.
I guess.
Yeah, they just keep adding stuff, and the game is like again, it's way bigger than it was before, and
It's just gonna
from
keep
the
getting
start,
bigger.
yeah, and it just keeps getting better and better with quality of life changes and a whole bunch of other stuff that I can probably
Yeah,
see here and discuss for hours. But we're not going to do that.
true.
I feel like there are games where it's like you can clearly tell where they've added, like either from the start of the year to now, or even like from the start of its development to now.
Right.
Which Genshin and Fortnite, like to me they're the most standout because they've added the most things I can tell.
Right.
That doesn't.
Just easily tell.
Well,
Yeah.
you can easily tell. I'm not saying Final Fantasy. They probably also added a whole bunch of stuff as well, but we just haven't played it. They probably
Yeah,
did.
personally.
And then like
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, like I said, like a whole bunch of bug fixing, which again, like it's part of this like ongoing, well, evolve. Well, it's not really content. It's just it does evolve the player's experience because
It
the experience
improves it.
was terrible, and now it's like
Yeah.
way better. And then Apex Legend, like adding
Just characters.
characters. Well, I'm not saying characters is bad or anything. You know what I mean? In characters, that's like the best part of like the whole point is
Yeah.
like you're playing the character. Yeah,
I think that might just be the weakest
that
link.
might be the
but
weakest again. What's the other game that they like? You could have had here. What's the one? What's the game? Not CS:GO.
What?
What's the other one? Valorant.
Oh,
Because
Valorant.
yeah, they always add like characters and they add
Characters
maps.
and whatnot.
That would be like that's probably equivalent, like similar to Apex Legend.
I guess.
Valorant.
I mean, I like. I'm not saying these two games are like amazing now, but these two, like Halo Infinite and like Battlefield 2042 or whatever you call them,
Mm-hmm.
they both like have improved the games like massively since they've dropped.
Yeah.
Like to their terrible reception.
Yep. But they've
And
had them.
honestly,
Have they not just building up? Have they added anything new? Because remember,
Halo has. I
Hmm.
can't say for
No, I don't
for
think
certain
Battlefield has it.
for
I don't think.
Battlefield
No, I definitely
on
don't
top of
think
my
it has
head,
it.
but Halo definitely has.
Hmm.
So yeah, but there's probably another category which they can probably be better suited anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Next, I guess.
Best community support.
Yeah, I
Recognize
feel
a
like
game for
those two games can probably go in here. To be honest,
what games?
Halo and probably Battlefield can probably go in here. If
You think
more so than
Battlefield the best community support?
I mean, I wouldn't. I would say Halo. I could say
Recognizing a
Halo.
game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsibility, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Yeah,
I don't see
patches
why.
is definitely Cyberpunk. Like, there's no way.
I don't see why Destiny's here.
You don't think
I don't
Destiny
agree
2?
with
Destiny,
No,
they interact with their community a lot, from what I've heard.
they do, but they also kind of like just don't listen to them. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. No Man's Sky is
and
definitely one that like they interact all the time with the community.
but could you say right now they're really being
Who?
transparent with the
No,
community
No
with
Man's Sky.
Destiny?
Oh,
No,
Destiny. No,
Destiny.
Destiny. I've got no
Currently,
idea. I've
no.
got no idea.
After like firing so many people, no, I don't think so.
Like, see, because like, I mean, this is a weird one because like transparency, responsive. Okay, so this is a weird one. Okay, community support. Okay, so
Yeah,
community support is pretty much like how do you describe community support?
I guess just communicating with them and doing what they kind of
No,
want to an extent.
isn't that like social media activity?
Isn't social media just but on the media side?
Okay.
Just
So
kind of
okay,
like
community support, and then transparency is like telling them, hey man, this is what we're gonna have, and we're gonna do that. And responsiveness is if something happens, we respond, right?
right,
And that's most likely game updates and patches is probably what responsiveness is talking about.
probably. Or responsiveness to certain things, yeah.
Right, like no, but like I said, there's a bug. Yeah, you respond and you update those by patches.
Yeah.
Okay, um, that's what I'm saying. So I thought community support would have been like hosting events, like some sort of charity events. That's what I was trying to get. I was trying to understand if community
That'd be
support.
like events at that right then.
What?
Community hosted events or something. Instead of
Well,
support,
no.
it'd be like
I'm saying.
events.
What if, like you had a? That's what I was trying to get. Like, what if you had like a skin on sale, for example, and all those proceeds go to like charity, and like wouldn't the community support that? Like, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I can see what you mean, but I also
I'm like,
kind of
no. I'm saying would
like
that fall on the community support? I'm just trying to understand what is community support. That's what I'm
the
trying to
thing
get.
is they kind of like, to be honest, like
Mm.
half these words also mean community support. They use in this like sentence, so it's very broad. You know what I
Fair
mean?
enough. Very broad. Whatever. Okay. So let's go into like Cyberpunk. Probably, of course, the responsiveness and
Yeah,
a game patch. Like they probably have that. Baldur's Gate probably has huge community support. They're huge brands, and they're probably huge all three basically.
yeah,
Destiny 2. They've probably only got inclusive social media. That's probably because
probably
their transparency is poor, and like I mean maybe they do have good responsive and update the game. It's been a while since I've played Destiny
Destiny.
2.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy and Earth Dance could probably have all of them as well.
true.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
cool.
Next, I know it's best independent
Ooh,
game.
indie games.
Outstanding creative and technical achievement in game made outside the traditional publisher system. Yeah, indie games basically.
I've heard
Uh,
only like all three of these.
so there's Cocoon. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Yep. Dave the Diver. I've heard so much good things about
Yeah,
that. All right,
Dredge.
Dredged. Sea of Stars and Viewfinder.
Yeah.
Bro, why are these all like
What?
they all how do you say it? Three of these games are all like sea. They'll have like a familiar, like they're all like near the water. I'm trying to get at.
Oh, I kind of get what you're saying.
That's what I was trying to get. I was gonna say all, but then I realized that no, not all. Uh,
I guess the water's where it's at.
fair enough. Okay, I've only heard, in my opinion, which ones have you heard of?
I've heard of Dave the
Yep.
Diver, Dredge, and Viewfinder.
Viewfinder is incredible. I've seen Viewfinder and I've also seen Dave the Diver. I have not heard any of the other ones.
I heard Dredge because Dredge came out more so earlier than you,
Mm-hmm.
like towards the beginning,
Yep.
and it's more sort of like exploration slash like atmospheric kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
The other two games, though, I've never heard of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like
So
Cocoon and Sea of Stars, I haven't heard of.
I'll probably look these up. I'll probably look these up another time. I'll probably look these up because
I can.
Cocoon
I
actually
can
looks really interesting. Like that looks like some sort of insect game where you're building like a cocoon or something.
maybe
Because like
Well,
clearly looks like that. There's like a fly thingy looking thing on the front, and the word cocoon
uh,
is like a butterfly. Like the butterfly goes into its cocoon.
you're kind of correct. It's a puzzle game where you play as a beetle that can hop between worlds.
Okay, and then Sea of
So
Stars. The art just looks really cool.
it does actually has a really nice art.
It does have really really good art. Viewfinder is incredible. Viewfinder is incredible. Have you
Oh,
seen gameplay of Viewfinder?
I've seen a tiny bit. I was gonna say Sea of Stars is like a top-down RPG.
Yeah, no, but Viewfinder is incredible, fam. Viewfinder's like
Isn't Viewfinder the perspective game?
yeah,
You
yeah,
take
it's a
photos and
perspective
stuff?
game where you
Yeah,
can change the perspective of stuff. That one's really
it
good.
looked really neat. To be
It
honest,
looks
when I saw
really,
it.
really good. I've seen people play it. It looks incredible. Yeah. So anyway,
They all have like interesting like ideas. These games, to be
yeah.
honest.
So this is like this is where, in my opinion, like we've had way better indie games than like most AAA games. I kid you not.
Right.
In the most recent times, like you've got, you know what I mean? Because sorry, AAA games care more about the money than they do about
Yeah.
the game itself. That's not to say that there aren't some publishers that are like, you know what I mean? There's still some
Yeah, I
phenomenal
guess
AAA games. But there are some also like the recent
bad
Call of
games.
Duty, and then the buggy mess of some other games like Cyberpunk upon release, and a whole bunch of stuff where games were like, oh, let's just release it and then we'll fix the bugs. Whereas indie games nowadays release a fully developed game and it's incredible. Every single game that they've released.
Yeah, they're passionate people.
Um, yeah, I've pretty much got nothing to say except like I want to celebrate indie games more. So
Wish them
congrats
the
for
best of
getting
luck.
nominated.
Yeah,
Congrats for all you guys getting nominated. And yeah,
your efforts paid off.
yeah, exactly. I want need to
Because it's
show
probably
more indie games. Show more
because I was
indie
gonna
games.
say it was probably a very big risk, but hey, it paid off in the end.
All right, what do we got next? Best debut indie game.
Our debut.
For the best debut
Um.
created by independent studio. Oh, so like these are the studios, right? Like new independent studios.
Oh, okay. So this is
So
their
like for
first game they've
example, some
made.
of these might have been like old studios that just made a new game. You know what I'm saying? Or
Oh, okay.
yeah. So these are new. Pizza Tower looks hilarious. Uh,
I've seen memes from that, but I haven't seen the game itself.
yeah. Again, like I said before, I may have not played some of these games. To be fair, I've only seen Viewfinder. But again, support indie games and congrats for making it here, and especially brand new studios. You know,
Yeah,
because the risk you release a game and like if the game's awful, like that could actually has an impact on the studio itself.
of course. Like it can actually cause them to
Yeah, it
maybe
causes
lose it.
harm. So you know,
Well, it's like
congrats to these new
AAA.
studios releasing
Yeah,
these incredible games.
I wish you best of luck.
Yeah. All right,
Hopefully you
next
win.
best mobile game, of course.
There you go.
I didn't even know that Terranil was a mobile game.
Fair
Final
enough.
Fantasy 7.
Yes.
Nice. Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star
Yes.
Rail, Monster Hunter Now, and Terranil.
All right, we're waiting for the Hello Kitty sweep, right?
Dude, Hello Kitty actually looks incredible. I've got a friend who really loves Hello Kitty, so she's probably played this. Uh,
Based on the art, it reminds me of like what's the game? The one where it's like like you buy houses and stuff in like the Nintendo game. What is it called?
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Like just based on the art, gives me that vibe. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. Do you consider Honkai Star Rail as a mobile game? You can play
I
on
mean,
every system.
technically it is, but it's like
Yeah, that means you can say that Fortnite
eh,
is a mobile game.
it's they. I think the only reason it's here is because this is the only category it's on. But
Ah,
like,
fair,
I
fair.
get what you're saying. You know what I mean?
And look,
Because
mobile
it has
games
a
are
big advantage because of that.
mobile games. Let's just say, you've got some whole bunch of trash mobile games, but these are probably the best mobile games you can get.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Enough about mobile games. We haven't played any of these.
Yeah, let's just go next.
Best VR AR games.
uh,
Yep. For the game's experience playable. Okay. Playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform.
um,
Well, let's just say that AR and VR games just continuously evolve. So like it's a good things because it's a new medium and probably you know what I mean, a future way of playing video games. That
true.
well, I haven't heard these games, but like like you remember when like virtuality games were like not the greatest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And look at where we are. We've got like a whole bunch of all these cool ass games.
I think the only problem is it's still so expensive just to get into it.
Yes, and
Because
developing it
when
is
you,
not easy. Developing new games is not
yeah,
easy.
it's not. When you said it's evolving, I was literally gonna say, but the price is evolving backwards because it keeps getting more expensive.
No, the price is inflating.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I've got to say on best VR and AR game.
Funnily enough, I've heard Horizon Call of the Mountains is like bad.
It's bad.
It is on here. Yeah, I've heard it's not good.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen some of these other games, like Humanity. It's like a puzzle game where you like go take humans from one place to another.
Yep.
Synapse is just like a shooting game.
Mm-hmm.
Gran Turismo 7 is probably just a racing game, but you know, I mean that one's probably let's be honest, it's probably between Gran Turismo and like Resident Evil because they're probably more
All right.
like for the game itself.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Next, Best action game.
Interesting.
Yeah. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon,
Yep.
Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. Remnant 2, not Remnant. Remnant.
Remnant. Yeah.
I've only played Ghost Runner once. I've only played 2. Yeah.
Did you enjoy Ghost Runner 1?
What?
Did you enjoy
Yeah,
Ghost
Ghost
Runner 1?
Runner 1 was actually really cool.
I might be like one of those few people who like didn't. To be honest.
Well, because it's hard though. For the best game in genre, okay, primarily focus on combat. Yeah, so this is like basically combat. If your combat is incredible, then you've got an incredible game. So games such as Hi-Fi Rush, which had a really incredible combat where you had to rely on the beat, that was really good.
Yeah.
And then Ghost Runner 2 is legit, like, because I played Ghost Runner 1, it's all combat. And yeah, I haven't played the rest. I can't really give my opinion, but I do know that Dead Island is like really good. Dead Island 2.
It is, but it's more like what do you call it? I feel like it's more samey or basic compared to like the rest.
Yeah.
Remnant 2, I believe it's kind of similar to like Dark Souls and whatnot, but you have like guns and stuff.
Yep.
So it's kind of like that. Armored Core 6 Fires Rubicon, it's like a mecha game,
Yep.
but you can customize your mechs and whatnot. It has a lot of
Fair enough.
customization.
Alright.
And like there's a lot of things that, affect how you do in battle. So yeah,
Alright, let's go next.
it's cool.
Best action adventure. I think most of these speak for themselves. There's Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Most of them speak for themselves. It's just action adventure for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Yeah, so these are all games just like pretty much discussed them already. They are like they've got excellent combat with like world
like huge
moving
worlds
and
to explore.
And puzzle
Like
solving.
they all have worlds you can explore, and then like with combat, and like they have a story and whatnot. So it all fits under that category.
Right. Okay.
They all do it very well.
Yeah, let's go next. Like we're just blasting through these.
Yeah, we're just blasting through
Best
these now.
RPG for the best game design with rich
Starfield's there.
Character as multiple progression, including. Well, was Starfield any good? Like I don't even remember.
People were saying it's like a 7 out of 10.
Basically. So, yeah,
it's like it's a good game, but it's not like
Yeah,
it's not
again,
like
best RPG.
higher
You're role playing as a character and like you're living their story or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Again, all these games probably did a great job at this.
I like the RPG element, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Making you feel immersed in their world and whatnot.
Okay, again, we're blasting through these.
Just gonna blast through it. Yeah.
Best fighting for the best. Okay, God of Rock, Mortal Kombat.
I've never heard of that.
Nickelodeon All Star Bros 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. I think it's either between Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. This is a game where like you just fight.
You just fight, have fun.
Yeah. And you do your combos and whatever, and tricks, and just try and beat the other opponent.
I've heard Street Fighter 6 is very easy to get into, so
I did hear the same thing.
So yeah. Whilst Mortal Kombat is like, yeah, pay us like $10 for fatalities. Lol. So yeah, who do you think's winning that?
Alright, next. Again, best family, for games appropriate for family and irrespective of genre or platform. Disney, Party Animals, Pikmin, Sonic Superstars, and Mario Wonder. So this is just a family-friendly game where everyone can just chill and play and all that stuff.
Party Animals is like the funniest.
Party Animals is wild. The game's hilarious.
Like you see on Instagram, and it's just like it's so funny. You just have the homies, you play it. It's like Gang Beasts.
The game is wild. I know, it's so funny.
Funnier.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Sonic Superstars look good, but I've heard it's like a bit of a buggy mess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I've seen someone like tear it down, and I'm like, damn. He's like, it's an alright game, but it's like, he's like, it's a Sonic game. It has all these issues. I'm like,
it's a Sonic game.
I think it's gonna be between like Super Mario or Party Animals, to be honest, or maybe even Pikmin. But like, that's just.
You don't think the Disney game is good?
I've never heard of it, to be honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, that's fair. That's fair.
I can search it up real quick, but I've literally never heard of it in my life.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's completely fair.
Oh, the Disney game looks like a platformer, generic platformer.
I mean,
Just
it's
from what
supposed to
I
be
saw.
family. It's supposed to be easy to get
I
into
guess
and
so.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just think some are more
advanced
deserving.
and all. Yeah, fair enough.
Let's just say
Okay.
already.
All right. Next,
Ah,
best sim strategy game. Okay, best game focused on real time or turn based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform.
I don't really play
And
sim games,
okay, yeah.
so
Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, so it's a remake.
yeah,
Skitty
that was
Sky,
on the Switch.
yep. Company of Heroes Fire Emblem. Oh, look, I like myself a strategy game. I like chess, so chess is a wild strategy game. I'm not good at it, but I do like it. And I also like turn-based card games. I also like games such as Slay the Spire. Uh, I've never heard of any of these games. I
I
didn't even
mean,
know Pikmin was a strategy game.
technically you can strategize and whatnot. Plan out your moves. I've heard of like some of these, like City
Yeah,
Skylines too,
Skitty
but it's more
Skyline
like a
apparently was pretty good.
simulation.
Apparently, it's pretty good.
It's the thing is, it's like you need like strong hardware
See, the
for it
problem
though.
is like simulations. Like the best simulation game is like I think Civilization, if I'm not correct.
Perhaps I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
gonna
saying. And
lie.
like these don't really compete with those. So yeah, maybe these are the ones that came out this year. I don't really know.
I
I
mean,
don't
these
really
are the
know.
ones
But
that came
again,
out
like
this
congrats for getting through. Yeah, that's all I can say. But
year.
maybe I'll give like Advanced War 1 and 2. I've heard it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's like a remake
Hmm.
of like the
All
original.
right,
Yeah.
let's go next. Best sport and racing game. Hot Wheels. I cannot believe that made it here.
If
Uh,
it's actually a good game of it.
really?
Yeah.
I remember the last one being terrible, so that's actually a good thing. Then if number two is good.
No, it's like it's a sequel to one of the other ones, but it was a good one. That's what I
Oh,
mean.
that's
You know
good
what I'm
then.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, sport games
I
and
mean,
racing
most of
game.
the driving games are good.
No, racing games are cool. We haven't really played too many.
No, but like every time I see it, I'm like, if I were to play one, like I'd be like, I'd be like,
Which one would you play though?
I don't know, maybe I don't know. Forza looks cool.
Forza is actually wild. I would play Forza. All
Like even
right,
though I play like Mario Kart and stuff, I like to play like a sim one, like one that's actually like realistic.
all right. Then let's go
Yeah.
next. Best multiplayer
Oh damn!
for
So this
outstanding
one,
online multiplayer game play and design, including co-op and massive multiplayer experience, irrespective of play. Okay.
Diablo has multiplayer. Wasn't even aware.
Yeah, it does.
Huh. Color me surprised.
Yeah, so these are all great games. Dude, party animals. Get the
Party
homies.
animals.
Get the homies.
Get the home.
Get the
Party
homies.
animals seems like a whole bunch of fun.
Dude, party animals looks wild. Yeah,
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, like playing couch co-op is fun.
yeah.
Online multiplayer is a bit scuffed in my opinion, but like
Well, I think
couch
like
co-op
online
is really fun.
multiplayer is like cool. Like I think sponsored by Discord by the way. I think it's cool.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I just wanted to say. No, I think it's cool, right? Like the online because that way, like if you play as a streamer, you can just get your community to play alongside you.
Yeah, I get what you
And
mean.
like I've seen people like the community shown players like the streamer hidden secrets and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so it's kind of cool with that aspect, and then you can raise people and do a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's
True, but
like
I kind of
it's
like.
what?
I was gonna say I kind of like the version like I like it when you can like play with your friends, but like they don't have to be here physically with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's kind of like not that. That's a problem.
Yeah,
Like that's my just gripe with
yeah,
it
no, but
personally.
like I feel like the way they design multiple actually for just big streamers or like you know what I mean, or
Probably.
big groups of fam. Or you could but like it's fair. I feel like it's
But you
fair.
can. The thing is, you can set up little groups with like your
Mm-mm.
friends. I feel like that should have just been like couch co-op, but
Mm,
online.
fair
That's
enough.
what I feel like. The other version of multiplayer can stay, but I feel like that should have just been implemented.
No,
That's
that's
just
fair.
my
That's fair.
yeah. But you have Street Fighter 6, which is a fighting game. You're
Mm-hmm.
playing with your homies, beating them up and all that.
Yep.
I don't know what Diablo. I don't know how you play
No,
multiplayer Diablo.
Diablo is actually wild. Like the multiplayer. It
I mean, grinding with your friends. I guess I'm not sure.
is grinding. It is legit grinding with your friends.
And Baldur's Gate is probably just a co-op version of
Yeah,
the story.
it is a co-op version of the game.
Okay. I guess going next.
Okay, next.
Oh.
Best adaptation. Oh yeah, the movie, right? Recognize outstanding creative faith. Oh, we were discussing this earlier. You get into another entertainment media. Oh, another
True, we
entertainment
were.
media does not mean movie. It can be like TV shows and stuff as well.
Show, yeah, because three of them are TV shows actually.
Again, like I've pretty much not heard these except for Super Mario movie.
You mean watched?
Watched.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know that like some of these were a thing.
I mean, I
Like Gran
wasn't.
Turismo, like I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I thought that was the actual Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? Not the game.
Apparently that movie's actually pretty good.
Oh
Funnily
really?
enough.
Oh, okay, maybe I'll check
Yeah.
it out. Maybe I'll check it out.
Like, because like you'd think it's like a bit generic, but like with the like how it plays out and how like the characters, they kind of carry it. Like you know
Oh
what I mean?
really? Okay, maybe I will
Yeah.
check it out. Maybe I will check it out.
And The Last of Us, it's based on the
Oh, the
game, so
Last
it's
of Us was
like,
really good. I heard Last of Us was good.
I also heard Castlevania is good. I haven't seen it personally.
Hmm.
I don't know about Twisted Metal myself though. I'm not
All
sure.
right, again, let's just blast through this. Let's go next.
Yeah.
Most anticipated game.
Ooh.
All right,
Okay,
the
this is the
last one.
last
We'll stop here.
Yeah.
Recognize an announced game that has demonstrated, illustrated potential to push the game medium forward. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Yep.
Hades 2, which is actually going to be wild.
That's gonna be wild, yeah.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. That's also going to be wild.
That's probably gonna be really good.
Star Wars Outlaws.
I'm interested in this at the very least.
And Tekken 8.
Honestly, Tekken, I don't know. I've never played Tekken, so
No Skull and Bones.
Personally.
No Skull and Bones.
no Skull and Bones.
Skull
Yeah,
and Bones?
when's that
Where's
coming
Skull and
out?
Bones? Wait, no Skyrim?
Skull.
No GTA
Well,
6?
Skyrim,
No GTA
like-
6?
You never know. Maybe they have a trailer during the actual.
Actually, wild. GTA 6 was like, because I feel like GTA 6, right? Most anticipated game, and you hit us with GTA 6 trailer. Because it would be GTA 6
that
would be
would've been
probably
great.
one of the most anticipated games after you hear the trailer. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, each one of these games has had some marketing material.
No, that is true.
hasn't-
That is
yeah.
true. But I'm saying like like what I'm saying. This would be the perfect time to announce GTA 6 because GTA 6, like let's say like in 1 year's time, it doesn't release in 1 year's time, right?
Yeah,
And it was on the list of most anticipated game. It'd probably be number one.
it would definitely be normal.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like all these games look wild. I haven't played Tekken, so I don't know. But I'm actually really excited for Hades 2 and Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
There's also another game that I remember. I forget its name though. It's Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh yes, why wasn't that listed?
I'm scared what that could mean.
Dude,
Does that mean it got pushed back again?
Oh no. I've played Hollow Knight. I thought Hollow Knight was crazy.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't played it personally.
Hollow Knight is
but,
crazy.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight is crazy. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna close this for now. And yeah. Any last words because we've gone for
kind of
while.
Yeah. The Garfield movie looks.
Oh yeah, the Garfield movie had their trailer and it looks crazy.
I mean, the art looks like the visual looks nice.
Yeah,
I guess,
we'll probably
but,
discuss that next time when we get more time to discuss that, and when probably more marketing comes out because we've only seen one trailer. Yeah, and we hear some more at least who is voice acting for other characters. Because we know it's Chris Pratt. Yeah. Any last words?
Comment down what you think would be like.
Yeah, who do you want to win? Who do you want? Like, what game are you excited for?
Maybe a game they missed out on.
Yeah, maybe we jumped out. We missed it. How much other stuff?
Maybe recommend games we could play.
Yeah, recommend some stuff.
Yeah.
All right then. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Bye.